Prepare your hot water, add the medicine and drink it once a day. This is called diabetic dyslipidemia, and 70% of people who have type 2 diabetes have that condition. As it is in the description, today we are going to talk about listening to your body. It might save your life. Do you feel tingling or numbness when you sleep on your hand or you sit on your leg? This is because blood vessels have been blocked by fatty plaque, which comes from low density lipoprotein or simply bad cholesterol. Remember, blood is very fluid and it cannot be blocked by sleeping on your hand. Remember, blood is very fluid and it cannot be blocked when sleeping on your hand. It only gets blocked when the sticky cholesterol comes in its way, when the vessel walls are squeezed towards each other. We will look at other more serious complications caused by cholesterol. Blood vessels supply blood to the brain, and if blocked, particularly the carotid artery, this one that brings blood towards the brain, you may have symptoms like frequent headaches, depression, memory loss, and dizziness. Do you feel these symptoms? If the passage to the brain is clear at the carotid artery, but you have blockages to the vessels that feed the eye, then you will have vision problems. If it is the ears, then you will have hearing issues. If the vessel supplying blood to the heart muscle, particularly if the coronary artery is blocked, you risk heart failure. Normally the symptoms are felt on the left side of the chest. If the vessels supplying blood to the liver are blocked, you might have many problems related to diabetes because the vessels that come from the liver go directly to the pancreas. This is because the pancreas will not have raw materials enough to develop insulin. But if the circulation to the pancreas is okay, but the vessels that bring insulin from the pancreas to the circulation are blocked, then insulin won't be released to the circulation. Herbal doctors have the right medicine to lose these vessels that come from the pancreas. And if you had diabetes, we have heard about people getting cured from diabetes simply by doing this. Pancreatic duct can also be blocked at the hepatopancreatic duct. That is a duct that is coming from the bile, the duct that's coming from the pancreas where they meet. Herbal doctors have the proper medication to treat these two, and the diabetes will be reversed. Remember, we are talking about cholesterol blocking the blood vessels and causing these problems that we are mentioning. If the vessels that are feeding the kidneys are blocked, then you will have inefficient kidneys, which leads to accumulation of poison and waste products in the blood because they have got no way to get out as the kidneys have low functional capacity. If the blood vessels that feed the spleen are blocked, then you will have inefficient spleen. You will have immunity problems because the function of the spleen is to remove the pathogens that come into the circulation. That's the first innate protection of the body. If the blood vessels that bring blood to the hands and legs are blocked by cholesterol, then you'll have numbness in the hands and feet. The moment you lie on the hand or sit on a chair, these symptoms should ring an alarm because they are the first telltale signs that your body has been clogged by cholesterol, and you need to take urgent action to stop this cholesterol from spreading from the hands towards the more important organs like the heart, the brain, the liver, the pancreas, and so on. Have you ever checked yourself and found that you have lumps that are moving, movable lumps along the arms? Those are the telltale signs of cholesterol accumulating and making a mountain along the blood vessels. These are fat deposits along your arms. All these are signs that your body is full of cholesterol, and you better take quick action before it's too late. Other problems related to too much cholesterol in the blood circulation, ability of the blood plasma to carry CO2 from the tissues to the outside, to the lungs, where you will breathe it out, will be minimized. And this accumulation of too much CO2 in the blood will leave you feeling fatigued because there's too much CO2 going through the brain and the muscles over and over again because of poor aeration. Too much cholesterol in the blood circulation will also hinder the proper circulation of nutrients from the intestines to the other organs, and the organs and other tissues that are fed through the system of the blood circulation will become weaker and weaker, which develops into diseases in those particular areas. If it is the vessels that feed reproductive organs in both men and women, then we'll have reproductive issues because nutrients are not being fed into the organs for proper production of gametes, and also is a cause of low libido in both men and women. There are tests of how much cholesterol is in somebody's blood. This is called lipid profiling. The borderline of cholesterol that is allowed in circulation in the vessels quantitatively is between 130 and 159 milligrams per deciliters. By the time you start feeling numbness and tingling in the hands, it's probably now beyond 250 milligrams per deciliter. And it's probably just a few milligrams away from getting deposited into the heart vessels, the coronary artery. The plasma is usually almost clear, as in the picture. But people who have developed these symptoms of tingling and numbness have a plasma that is cloudy and thick, like in this picture. This is not good at all. Cholesterol comes from the foods that we eat. A single egg has about 100 milligrams of cholesterol. So eating too much eggs puts you at risk of developing blocked blood vessels because of cholesterol. And this comes with the diseases. We have cream from milk, fatty meats, skin from chicken, shrimps, those people who love chips, hamburgers, too much popcorn, pizzas, margarines like Blue Band and so on, butter, cheese, too much ice cream, on and on. After eating these foods, the fats are broken down into glycogen and fatty acids, which join the bloodstream and start being deposited in the blood veins and arteries. Eventually, they narrow the veins, and if you have these symptoms, it's important you act very fast before it gets too late, destroying your own organs. Stopping to eat these foods is good enough, but the already deposited cholesterol won't go away by itself. You will need good herbal medicine to clear it. You can contact this number and make your order. In my experience, people who had these ailments, after taking or clearing their blood vessels, removing cholesterol, they confess that they feel much better in these other areas too. The same way the fatty acids got deposited is the same way the cholesterol is dislodged by the help of the herbal medicine. Enough of that waterfall noise, don't you think? Let us now move to the most important part, how to prepare your herbal medicine once you receive it. You will need a normal 200 ml glass and water in it, a tablespoon, and your herbal medicine. In treatment of cholesterol, we use two types of medicine and macro. I'll give description in a minute. Of course, you'll not get a whole container of herbal medicine, no. You'll have a sachet, a packed sachet, several packed sachets depending on your need. It is well labeled and explained deeply scientifically. There are two types. God has put signals in our bodies that we are supposed to read and understand. I'll use a simple example. We are going down a hill in a vehicle at a bend. Common knowledge will tell you that if you speed around that bend, your vehicle will overturn. Then the road constructors will put signs around that area to show you of the impending danger. It's the sign that you feel in your body when you have cholesterol. Tingling and numbness. Do not ignore. Then you use the common knowledge that if you continue that way, you are going to put your organs in danger. When you feel numbness or tingling in your hands and feet, make sure you take action. We have so many people in hospitals admitted because they ignored or missed these signs. God has put signals in our bodies that we are supposed to read and understand. When you have cholesterol, tingling and numbness, do not ignore. Cholesterol removal using herbal medicine will take 2 to 6 weeks depending on how much cholesterol is in your circulation. Cholesterol does not go with your weight. You might be slim, but there is too much cholesterol in the blood circulation. Or you might be weighty. 1 in 3 adults have high cholesterol. So the chances that your diabetes, high blood pressure, memory loss, stress, poor eyesight, poor hearing is caused by cholesterol is high. Another thing is that even children can have high cholesterol levels in their circulation. And lastly, 60% of people who have high blood pressure have high cholesterol in their blood. And 70% of people who have diabetes have high cholesterol levels in their blood. So when you're treating these things, you have to understand the basics. Our herbal for cholesterol removal, macro, has a lot of phytosterols. These are the chemicals in plants that remove cholesterol in our bodies. Macro has beta-sitosterol, campesterol, and beta-sitostanol. These cholesterol-fighting organic compounds in the plant are perfect, and we have seen very good results from this herbal. This other herbal, Mrema, that is used together with macro, levelizes the blood pH. It reduces the acidity of the blood. It is basic knowledge that the cholesterol in the blood is made of fatty acids. So when you use the two, they work together complementary. After using this herbal, cholesterol is removed from the body in 2 ways: through reverse cholesterol transport, where the liver is supported to transform cholesterol into bile salts. Second, in an esterified form, where cholesterol is sent to the portal veins and normal flora bacteria in the intestines break it down into coprosterone, which is the principal sterol in the feces. So let us prepare our medicine. This is our water. We'll need half teaspoon, or if you have a tablespoon like this one, you will use a tablespoon, and you add in 1 glass of hot water. Of course, this is not hot water. It's for demonstration purposes. And then that is macro added to the 1 glass, and then you also add Mrema inside the same glass of hot water. You can mix it. Then you take this 1 glass once a day. So if it is in the morning, you prepare your hot water, add the medicine, let it cool at the right temperature that you can drink, and drink it once a day. And you go on with your daily activities. So if you have diabetes, it is a must. I repeat, it is a must you use this medicine. Different from the diabetic medication, it is a must you remove cholesterol from your circulation. Similarly, if you have high blood pressure, it is a must you use this herbal medicine to clear the cholesterol. This makes it much easier for the high blood pressure medication, herbal medication, to work well, as well as your diabetes medication to work well. Remember, cholesterol makes diabetes worse, as we saw in the earlier pictures, how the blood plasma looks like in a person who has too much cholesterol in their blood. This is called diabetic dyslipidemia, and 70% of people who have type 2 diabetes have that condition. See you in the next post.